रोज डोगी बनाते हैं क्या आपको?
Sorry.
नीचे डूइंग कीर्तन वाला जो मुंह पे लग जाता है ना तो दांत पॉपकॉर्न की तरह बाहर आ जाता है. नीचे डूइंग कीर्तन वाला. I was just very apprehensive about my own ability to be able to play this character because Mamta is very different from who I am as a person. So I was very afraid whether I would be convincing or not. And to me, the way he's looking at the character and why he thinks I will actually be really good at this, as this person, I think I then took it upon myself as a challenge to be convincing, even though this is not something that I can relate to instantly as a person, that I'm not like this. But I think somewhere, maybe once you watch the film, maybe I've been able to sort of little bit manage it.
In fact, actually, the echoes of Anushka has always been this empowered person. Even
usually it takes you a long time to get into character. It takes you at least 4 to 5 days to become, start feeling like the person. I mean, I think I've just done a lot of films in which I've had an accent. I had a Gujarati accent in Jab Tak Hai Jaan. I had a English accent in quite a few of them. It's really interesting because I feel like when you pick up an accent, I think फिर ऐसी बेइज्जती तो ना होती रोज मुंह पे लग जाता है ना तो दांत पॉपकॉर्न की तरह बाहर आ जाते हैं. This film is about the struggle that a family is facing, and I think when you have actors like Raghuveer Yadav ji and Yasmin ji and everyone else who has been part of the film, like we really did become a family actually. Even between shots, we never went back. We stayed in the house, we keep chatting, singing songs, cracking jokes, dancing. Like so many things were just happening organically because. And even on set, like I would call Raghuveer ji, I would call him Bauji only, and मेरे को नाम भी ठीक से नहीं पता था because I had to keep calling her Amma only the whole time. So I kept calling her Amma. Come on sets, she would say, "अरे ममता मेरे लिए चाय लिया." So it just became like a thing. Like we just interacted as characters with each other. This is Anushka Sharma, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hangam. Thank you for having me. Well, I mean, when I was given the script, I saw the potential in the role, and I knew that if I really work hard on it and I do my best, then there is a chance that Alpha will get that kind of recognition. But ultimately you can never know how much that's going to be. Every time you do a film you think something and sometimes it doesn't happen.
So you enjoyed that process?
I mean, it's not like real bouts, right? I mean, you're actually winning. But it's interesting because your adrenaline is so high, endorphins are getting released so much. I think it's quite a happy job. So I think I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the wrestling bit because I'd worked really hard on it. So when I was finally getting to shoot it and they shot it so well, that when I would go to the monitor and I would see it, I used to get very excited. Contact. Yeah, totally. And you can't fake it. In action sequences, you can put actors on cables and they can fly from one place to another, and they can take that jump. But in wrestling, you cannot do that because you're not that much away from the ground. So it's not possible to do this kind of thing. And also because we were shooting in very bad conditions because it was very hot. When you're shooting like the peak summers, it was very hot.
Sports person. We are sports person.
We are sports person. We never give up.
So
I have to done the same thing every time. Worked as hard as I did, but I think somewhere firstly there were a lot of novelties attached to my character. You were seeing wrestling for the first time in a film. Then you were seeing a female wrestler for the first time, and I was talking in a Haryanvi accent. So there were lots of things that these were like, you can call them difficulties, or you can call them like a kind of aid. I think it was an aid for me because then you can develop your character and make it a little more nuanced and like different. There might not be something else to it. Like here, she's a wrestler, she's wrestling, she's from Haryana, she's from a gaon in Haryana. So there are all these elements that make it alag. Then like if there's emotion attached to it, which there is for both the characters in the film, then I think somewhere people relate. Because in India people relate to emotion. Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your reaction?
It's pretty awesome.
That dialogue is just the entire crowd erupts.
Yeah, laugh.
And just
they did a shit guy also.
Shit guy.
Yeah.
Sit guy.
That's very funny. See, that's the thing, in Haryanvis also, if you've met anyone from Haryana, when you see them, hear them talk, they might be cracking the funniest joke, but it's going to be so flat. It's not going to be in a rhythm, And they are so funny, but they're not ever trying to be funny. They're just inherently, they have a great sense of humor. See, I actually did not have enough time
before
the film. the first bout that I was going to shoot was going to be 6 weeks after I started working on the film, which is very literal for a film where you have to look like a wrestler, especially for me, who I'm a more petite person, you know. So it was difficult to kind of get into that. The bout happened later, but scenes so we were shooting pehle se. And I remember the first proper talkie that I had to do was the climax for hospital scene. जहाँ पे मैं बोलती हूँ क्या था कि वो पहला सीन था and I think that was maybe the 4th or 5th day of shoot, you know, and it's like full on like एक तो मतलब एक बॉम्ब फाड़ दिया अली ने कि हम ये सीन शूट कर रहे हैं. But so like what I was trying to say was that there wasn't enough time to, you know, to live with the dialogue so like for that long. तो मैं उसको वैसे ही पढ़ा तो वो वहीं पे जाके मेरे जहन में बैठ गया. तो जब मैं बोलती थी वो वैसे ही निकलता था. और तो क्या है कि एक इसको कैरिकेचरिश नहीं बना सकती थी. नो इट शुड नॉट बी लाइक फेक हरियाणवी, यू नो. तो कभी कभी होता है थोड़ा वो एक्स्ट्रा ज़्यादा लगने लग जाता है वो ओवर द टॉप. तो वो भी कंट्रोल करना था. तो या इट वाज डिफिकल्ट बट देन मुझे बड़ा मज़ा आया.
अब छोरियाँ जो हैं वो उठेंगी.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that it's unfair and I would have been affected by it if बहुत लोग बोल रहे होते. You know, a huge majority has understood the film and has loved it and understood the character of Arfa and her journey. It's a very small section that has probably not understood this. So it's not like ऐसा कुछ impact मेरे ऊपर हुआ नहीं इस बात का. और मैं हमेशा मुझे जो सही लगता है मैं उसके बारे में बात करती हूँ, सही है वो मैं करती हूँ. And then she said that I'm going to get back like so many other female athletes who have come back and they've gone on to compete at the highest level in their sport. Mary Thomas, I won't Mary Thomas done that exactly. So the thing is that a lot of people do that and a lot of athletes around the world have taken a break, come back after a year and gone and taken their #1 spot. So that's exactly what Arfa was going to do. It was not the end of the world for her. It was not like अच्छा ये अभी बच्चा हो गया तो उसके बाद मतलब मैं स्पोर्ट गिव अप कर रही हूँ. उसने ऐसा कभी नहीं बोला कि मैं गिव अप कर रही हूँ. वो उस समय पे ओलंपिक्स के लिए नहीं कम्पीट कर पाई थी. She would have, if things had happened differently, she would have given birth to the child and she would have gone back to wrestling because she had so much support from her father, from her husband. There was nobody like denying her something that she wants to do. This was a decision she took herself because it was a it's not giving up your career, it's choosing to have a kid that you're pregnant with which is already in you, right? So वो उसका decision है, that's the right thing to do. And that is I think what people have not understood. So that is the reason why. So I think maybe कुछ लोग end credit तो बैठे नहीं होंगे. उनको पता नहीं कि वो वापस जाती है और वापस खेलती है.
Exactly.
तो हाँ, I think sometimes what happens is also कुछ थोड़ा sometimes people jump too soon to conclusion. Even after my explanation or whatever of this whole thing, ये भी करना पड़ रहा है कि मतलब just for the sake of it कुछ बोलना पड़े तो अच्छा है. That's a good sign.
And
see, I actually did not know what kind of a film Sultan was going to be before Ali narrated the film to me because like we all think that in a Salman Khan film क्या होगा, like what would I have to do, right? तो मैं बहुत डरी हुई थी कि मतलब यार मुझे I hope like it's like Adi sending something really nice for me because Adi knows me, right? I mean, he knows how I am. He knows the kind of decisions I've taken in my career. I mean, he is someone who's known me for the longest time in this industry, so he knows me. जो film में हो रहा है उसका relevance life में.
बिल्कुल.
So when writing can kind of make you think and can create this kind of what do you say curiosity in your mind, I think that's what's exciting and amazing about cinema. बात कर रहे हैं कि आज लोग बात कर रहे हैं कि यार ये कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग फीमेल रोल है, इसमें लड़की को कितने अच्छे से दिखाया गया है, such an empowering role for a girl. So all these things apparently, I mean, I was just told by somebody a few days ago that there were some aunties, like very posh aunties, who were sitting there like for tayar wayar, okay, they were sitting behind someone who was watching the film, and when this particular dialogue came, and this is like in your regular multiplex. Honestly, credit goes to Ali for the writing firstly and the kind of chemistry that he created on the paper for these characters. बहुत desi है, बहुत rooted, like that's why people are connecting to it because it's very rooted, it's very simple, it's speaking of such high emotions between the two characters despite their you actually, if you notice how much time are they together, the second half of the they're always like away from each other, right? But even then, that is the part where people feel emotional towards their love story. You know, there's something very charming about Salman on screen. You know, even that scene when he's outside on this road, when he's celebrating, he's dancing and he's doing that, and he's doing like that. So it's that adds to the chemistry. And then my character, who is a very, मतलब वो because अलग है ना, on screen these characters are very different from what we've seen. I think because of that chemistry works. Because she's a idealistic, straight, मतलब जो सीधे बोल देगी. He's a मतलब मस्त मौला, you know.
Public is like यार क्या होने वाला है? What is going to happen? And is something. And
it's very correct for the film because while it's like क्या बोलते हैं उसको blockbuster music or popular music or whatever I don't know what you call it, whatever you call it, you know, little beatboxing भी है उसमें, while it's folk. तो like the beginning it starts with the auntie singing जाठनी के हाव भाव में तेजी. So idea what would it be, you know? तो वो गा भी वैसे ही रहा है, मतलब मेरा हरियाणा मेरे लिए अर्जेंटीना था, मतलब it's I think the music was very correct for the film. I feel like one of the biggest reasons for the film having done well also is because when it's such a dramatic film, heavy emotions attached, music can either screw it up or it can just add to it. So I feel like Vishal and Shekhar are fantabulous, of course, and they've just really nailed it with the Sultan music. Practice से वापस आते हुए किसी के गन्ने के उसमें घुस गए लिफ्ट लेने के लिए और वो गन्ना खा रहे हैं रास्ते में. So that's very basic. Their love story is very real. I think that's why.
Alright, this is Anushka from Mauritius.
You know, I really think that if you are working towards being fit, na, I feel like half of your problems go away in terms of mentally. But it's to be fit. It's actually to be stronger, to be fitter. You know, to be able to jump higher. You know, to have more endurance. And I feel it's very important. Everybody should. So I keep changing my program depending on what I'm doing, depending on the film that I'm doing. Yeah, but most of it also is to do with what you eat. It's very important because you could be working out as much as you want if either nutrition is not enough or you're not eating the right things and it kind of, you know, doesn't have the same effect. I'm vegetarian and I recently turned vegetarian. So I actually eat like sabzi, kacha paneer, roti. कभी रोटी में खाते तो चावल ही ज़्यादा खाती हूँ. चावल I feel is better than roti for me. I feel like it's healthier. And dal, very like basic, yeah. And taste. No, कच्चा, full कच्चा.
Okay.
फिर निकाला हुआ बस.
क्या बात है?
ऐसे वो छन्नी से निकाल के.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm very fond of Shah Rukh. I started my career with him, so he'll always have a very special place in my heart.
Right.
Now, Imtiaz is also very special for me because if at all I ever thought of becoming an actress, it was only after watching Jab Tak Hai Jaan. When I saw Geet, and I think this was a very strong character. You know, and Kareena played it so well that I was like, hey, that's something that I could do. So वो thought पहली बार उसी की वजह से आई थी, इम्तियाज़ की वजह से. So he's also, and it's very exciting. I've started doing readings with Imtiaz, and he's so good, you know. He's so good with his actors and he's so insightful to like with his characters and all of that. And he really like works with you, you know, to create something interesting. Yeah. क्या बोलना है उसके बारे में? Yeah, but the thing was that at the time that Tamasha came to me, for me, like I told you, he's a very special person. I wanted that experience to be very, very amazing and glorious. And I told him that, you know, and I didn't think that Tamasha was that film for me. And he's an honest person, you know. You can say the truth to him. You don't have to like bullshit him at all. So I told him the truth, and I said, see, Imtiaz, I really like he knows I really wanted to work, but I didn't feel like that was a film for me. But now I'm happy. Now I'm doing the film that I wanted to do with India. We start next month, mid-August.
In India or
In Europe.
In Europe.
Two. I really like Kangana, Deepika and Alia, all three of them. So why not four? Like a Ghostbusters or something like that.
Oh, Kangana, Deepika and Alia.
Very different, like as people also, you know. So it'll be interesting, four of us in the film. Pretty awesome actually.
Yeah.
मुझे produce करनी.
Casting.
Ida, firstly, she's damn sweet, huh? So I want to send her a lot of love. Thank you so much. You're very sweet, and I do see your tweets and all that. So lots of love to you. So I have known Ali since a very long time. So Padmash Company, my second film, he was the AD on the film. So तब से दूसरे को जानते हैं. So and also he's from Dehradun. I'm from Dehradun. You know, my parents are from Dehradun. So we've known each other for a very long time. Yash Raj, whenever I used to come, he was always there. And as a director, I think he has managed something phenomenal. You know, and I think he has really like outdone himself like with this film, because he has held everything together. You know, the emotion of the film, and then the characters. You know, everything, he held it together. So I think it's he has a very bright future. तो मैंने बताया था कि वो बहुत कम समय था और रेसलिंग भी सीखनी थी और बहुत कुछ बताया. This was the most difficult film of my life. बहुत गर्मी थी, you know, shooting in the sun and बहुत मट्टी हुआ करती थी, तो nothing was like comfortable. Everything was uncomfortable. Like I told you, वो within the first few days, such a important scene in the film, you know, हरियाणवी में बोलना है. So yeah, but I mean it was an uphill task. I don't know. सोचा नहीं है कभी इसके बारे में. But I don't know. No, I don't think I can. No, so I think I'll be able to write, but I don't think I can write.
But never say never, maybe.
Never say never.
Never say
right.
never. Yeah.
But you don't.
Swati from Vizag.
अरे रहने दो, मैं साउथ इंडियन हूँ. Yeah, मतलब साउथ इंडिया से हूँ.
आप कभी साउथ इंडिया, कभी नॉर्थ इंडिया, कभी?
मैं 12 years I've stayed in, 14 years I've stayed in Bangalore, यार.
That is true. So it's been set for that. Why is that?
Yeah. I actually thought it's a new place. I thought it's some place I don't know.
That's your next release.
मुझे करण ना मारेगा if I try describing about the character. मैं नहीं कर सकती. But something of the film is going to come out soon. The film is releasing in October. तो थोड़ा wait कर लो. आप धर्मा प्रोडक्शन के बाद खींच. Why? Oh, okay. I can tell you how. Why? मतलब because he's right for the film. So I was on a flight, okay, and I was using somebody else's iPad. So मेरे पास कोई पिक्चर है कुछ नहीं था देखने को. So I was just going through that and I just saw this Jat and Juliet. So I just played it. और real लगता है. So I was like, this is so एक दिमाग में मेरे था. Okay. Then what happened was when we were trying to cast for Filori, my brother was like, yeah, this is exciting. Then we spoke to the director, Anshay and Anvita, who's written the film. And then we just thought he was correct for the film. And now when we've shot with him, we are very happy because he's a very honest. It's a totally different film from NH10 in terms of the genre, also everything. It's a fun film. It's a love story. It's got comedy. It's got drama. So basically, it's a wholesome entertainer.
Okay.
And it's got songs. It's totally different from NH10. Next year, sometime, early next year. Yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
You've said in the past as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you have any mind?
No, not really. But I feel like it's very exciting for an actor to do a biopic because there's so much to do with it, you know, like to become somebody else and be able to do it convincingly. I would love. I don't really know who, but.
This is Shania from Karachi. You already said that, but still, how was your experience working with Salman Khan?
Awesome, man. He's a one and only. He's very spontaneous as a person, and that shows on screen also. And there's honesty in him, as when he does a scene and you see that on screen, and it's different because it's him and he's different. That in my career, firstly, I've gotten to work with them because A, their experience is something else. B, man, we've grown up watching them. If someone told me 10 years ago, but today it's happened. So I mean, it's no way. And also because of them, my work reaches their audience, which is humongous. So I am eternally grateful that I got to work with three of them. It's totally my.
This is Suicidal Delish. When is the first look?
First, we should find out why this person is called Suicidal, yeah.
Okay. But
I'm serious.
Names can be anything actually. But the question is, when is the first look?
It could be something.
It can be, yeah, that's true. When is the first look trailer of Dil Hai Mushkil coming? So that you're not पत्ते नहीं खोल रहे हैं उसके. What is one thing that you have but others don't?
आपके बड़े foreign fans हैं.
What is one thing that you have but others don't? Deepika.
Dimples.
Dimples. Okay. Priyanka.
Sexy boys.
Okay. Karan Johar.
Wit. Instant.
Virat Kohli.
Bad.
Bad. Alright, this is Sankit Dreams. Want to see Anushka in historical film? When we get to see her? When can we get to see her? We saw her in Rani Lakshmibai look in Sultan. Correct for Rani Lakshmibai?
Not only Sultan, a lot of other people have also told me Rani Lakshmi ki yaad dila di life mein.
अच्छा.
So I think I'll be right for that. पता नहीं.
Historical.
हम आपके कौन है? I don't think I've seen any film as much as I've seen हम आपके कौन. वो family मुझे समझ में आता था. मस्ती and all whatever is there in सूरज बरजाते of film. So I wanted my entire family to be like that. I've seen that film a lot of times. मतलब हाँ हम क्यों नहीं किया गए? सो जाओ चुपचाप. So when I used to go to Dehradun, which is where I saw the film for the first time, I used to be like, really, I really wanted to convert my entire family into that family, but damn it, हो ही नहीं पाया. Actress बनना पड़ा.
Last question is about the box office of Sultan. Wish from Matara, Sri Lanka. Your honest first reaction of the. अब आपके fans हर तरफ हैं.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
So I've taken up only a few of them. So you should see all the questions. I'm sure that they are not from India as well. In fact, there's question from Melbourne as well, but वो लोग मुझे लेने नहीं देंगे. लेकिन अगर आप
लेने दो यार, लेकिन थोड़ा अमेरिका से कोई है उस तरफ.
अमेरिका से देखना पड़ेगा. फिलहाल
ये हो गया.
जी.
हाँ.
स्विट्जरलैंड से है.
हाँ, यूरोप. Yes.
Yeah, but अभी आप इसके बारे में अगर बताएं तो.
क्या?
That box office numbers. What is your first reaction when you saw the box office numbers? Like close to 40 crore first day and they just 100 crores in 3 days.
Honestly,
185 crores in
हाँ?
180 crores in 5 days.
तो he said यार honestly उसके बारे में मैं नहीं सोच रहा हूँ. ये अच्छी पिक्चर बनी है तो but that is what he said and I know Adi and I know how he is, you know, and he means that. Okay, but of course I'm sure he knew also that he's going to also make a lot of money on the film. It was 183. So I sent a message to Adi. I said, Adi, it has crossed your expectations. So he said, यार मैं क्या बोलूँ यार, this is insane. I just think somebody up there is smiling at all of us. So that is my reaction to this film. I think whatever this film is doing, the kind of business that is doing, it is unprecedented. ये जो repeat audience होती है ना, ये बहुत perfect. But I'm saying कि you want to watch the film again, which means that you love the film, you know, that you like it, you want to go again. That I think is an awesome feeling.
This is Sakshi from Delhi. If choosing a family over sports was your real life decision, how tough would it be?
Choosing family over. So see, I don't think the decision was so much about choosing. You have to take a decision based on उस समय पे क्या चल रहा है. जब मैंने मतलब स्क्रिप्ट पहली बार पढ़ी थी, I know for a fact that मैंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं होगा. But when you play a character, you have to think like the character. So I had to think about this, and I thought about it, and I thought, what would I do if I was in a situation like that? Why has Arfa decided to do this? And then I understood that she's very idealistic, and motherhood is also equally important. And there is no one who can say that you can't have both. You can have both. That's the whole point of being women. You know that they're all working women. They have children, and they're still like kicking ass. I think that's what women can do. They can multitask.
Thank you very much, Anushka Sharma. I don't have the time to ask you about Kannada that you're doing with Arjun Kapoor, not doing it, but still nevertheless.
But ऐसा वो कुछ ऐसे कास्टवाइज तो ऐसे है नहीं.
नहीं है. That's what Arjun.
पूछ लिया तुमने मतलब इंडायरेक्टली पूछ ही लिया इसने.
So thank you, Anushka.
I think you are playing a character. So is Harry. I'm not someone who brings my personal things when I'm working Harry and he's playing that character. And I'm so everybody, not just the fans, to anyone you're working on set, you're not like for the world it might be Shah Rukh Khan, but for us it's a job and we go out there and we see that it's possible. So you go there with that intent and you play to that. Because that's quite a topic for it doesn't bother me if you just play something else like a hero or something. Because we are getting into productions, I think you can see it with just talk about this as something that the industry does. It's also the way in which people see things and what they expect from film, mindset that they have about things. Even now, female films, a lot of films are open to that. So it really is something that has been there in our system for so many years and it takes time for it to kind of change it to get a positive change. And I think I as a person would like to work towards a positive environment for our industry. And I think that's happening. I decided to do something at the age of 25, very young. And I'm not that, I guess, experienced or definitely experienced. I was still early on in my career. But I did it and I was able to do it. And I think that is something that I would like to take a lot of pride in. And I'm happy that after that a lot of other actors have decided to do the same and followed suit. And it's a great thing because I think we must take charge of our own careers and make the most of our success and be the guide for our you guys get into roles. I think also when films start to do that kind of to be collective. It cannot happen just from one aspect. You know, it has to be overall. There has to be that change overall. And that's true actually. While it's something worthy of discussion, it also takes away from and also limits conversations on other important things. There are a lot of people on this. Many people who work on this film, which are very much Shah Rukh Khan, Imtiaz Ali, myself, we're all outsiders who've come from film lineage, and we are here doing this interview with you, and a film up for release. So I think this place is for everybody. Everyone's experience is expected. Do I see that represent does not exist? No, I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I do feel that there is enough room and space for merit to shine through. And I think that is something that I stand for. With absolutely no film lineage, but I was launched by a banner like Yash Raj Films and Aditya Chopra, who believed in my talent, and put that before perceptions and lean, So and Ranveer Singh again is another example of the same. So there is room for that also.